Last week we talked about the aftermarket process with Laurent from Just Catamarans. This week is another word from the experts as Bob Ross talks about Leopard Catamarans, new and used, and the process of making our dreams come true.
Okay, so Bob, very nice to have you share with us information about Leopard and the state of the market at the moment.
Thank you, John. This is the only Leopard office in the United States.
Yeah.
This office takes care of U.S., Canada, the Bahamas, Bermuda, Mexico, South America. All the sales go through this one office,
Right.
which keeps it kind of like a Leopard family.
Yeah.
That's how we feel that way. You're not dealing with dealers.
Yeah.
You know, that, okay, I'm from the Northeast United States, but then I come to Florida and the dealer, you know, we have another dealer, and they don't get really the service.
Right.
So we feel with just one office that you only have to deal with one office.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so you don't get pushed around from one department to another department. So it's, you know, there's one person
Yeah.
from the beginning to the end. As you know, you emailed me, you said I'm interested in a Leopard.
Yeah.
I went through the sales process, I went through the handover when your yacht got here.
Yeah.
I went through the sea trial, the orientation.
That's right.
And then when you have warranty issues, which we always do, as you know.
That's right.
You know, your dishwasher.
That's right.
So there again is only one person to deal
Yeah,
with.
yeah, and that's really
So-
good. I mean, it makes it really easy it has been really easy for us, and I'm sure it's really easy for all the other Leopard owners to go through that process.
Yeah,
Because
the continuity, and
Yeah.
then the fact that the warranty service is available anywhere in the world.
Yeah,
So again, you're going to be going to Europe, you're going to be going to Australia, you
Yeah.
might be going, you know, you're talking about going to the Bahamas tomorrow.
Yeah.
So if something happens to the yacht, you know, we just say, go anywhere you want to, a ship's carpenter,
Yeah.
you know, a marina, whatever vendor you want
Yeah.
to deal with, and we pay that vendor.
Yeah.
You know, we cover that. So you can have anything you want fixed anywhere in the world. Now, with that said, because the moorings is also part of Leopard, as is Sunsail, then we have bases, moorings bases all over the world. So if you are, you know, you're gonna be in the Exumas, you might go to Nassau.
Yeah.
But we have a base in Nassau.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I could call the base manager and say, okay, John, now that you're coming in and their refrigerator doesn't work.
Yeah.
So you have, rather than just going to an island and going, can somebody fix my refrigerator?
yeah,
You have a tie-in there.
yeah, and they know, because they're dealing with Leopards all the time. They know them inside
Same
out, don't
boat.
they? A bit like your guys here. I mean, you can talk to somebody on the phone. They actually tell you on the right-hand side, bottom left-hand
Exactly.
corner of this cupboard. That's where it is, you know, and that's really good.
Yeah, so it's a good support for people. A lot of our owners sail around the world. We had several boats in the Ark, which unfortunately had to be stopped
Yeah.
because of COVID when they were in the Pacific.
Yeah.
Several of our yachts wound up there. A lot of 45s, Carl Liebensberger, several other people, and getting repairs done in Tahiti.
Yeah.
And because we have a base in Tahiti and,
Right.
and those the Pacific Islands made it very simple.
Yeah.
And
So the other thing is pressure on people wanting to buy Leopards is just phenomenal. Can you tell me why you think Leopards are such a successful brand in the world market?
Well, being with the company since it started, this goes on now about 27 years, I've seen the growth of Leopard. And of course, back in the 80s, you had very few catamarans.
Yeah.
And then catamarans started to pick up, you know, in the 80s, and people saw the advantages of them. And then when Leopard started, which was the early 2000s, we started to get that reputation of a very well built,
Yeah.
very stout boat.
Yeah.
Because being built in Cape Town, South Africa, you have great craftsmen, you have a lot of hand work, which a catamaran takes a lot of hand work.
It does.
And you have conditions where they're good sailors.
Uh-huh,
You know, South Africa is known for pretty boisterous waters.
Bad seasons. In the old days, they used to sail all the boats over here, didn't they?
We did. We have about 8 million delivery miles on Leopard catamarans, including the small power cats, the big sailboats. I mean, we brought everything across the Atlantic on their own bottoms, and I think this got people to have quite a respect for Leopard, and knowing that it's a safe boat. Very robust construction, very simple. You know, we've always, when we started with Robertson Kane, it was only for charter. So these yachts were built to hold up to those conditions, not only crossing oceans, but you have 30 to 35 different skippers every year for 5 years. So that's a lot of different skippers having to handle a boat. So we make them very simple, you know, very easy to sail.
Lots of safety measures too, like there's built-in safeties that you can't do this, which will break that. Like,
right.
It's quite amazing how many. It's almost like it's not quite plug and play, but it's very automatic and safety orientated.
Dummy proof.
Yeah, that's right, exactly.
Before you want to use that word.
That's a good term.
A lot of interlocks, a lot of separate systems. The yachts are very easy to maintain. So we have very low maintenance because, of course, they have to be maintained very quickly. In a charter situation where you would come in with a yacht on a Saturday morning, and then that yacht would have to turn around Saturday afternoon. So if the charter said, well, this malfunction, this malfunction, we have to make sure that the tech can go in there, very easy to get to everything, very quick to repair. And then the other reason is that we use very, very high quality systems. So our Yanmar engines, our Northern Lights generators, our Ray Marine, all proven, all being able to be serviced anywhere in the world. You know, anywhere you go, anywhere in the world, you'll be able to find these large manufacturers. And the fact that we'd use the best quality that we can, so that they do hold up. And then the other side of that is that after the 5 years in charter, that individual wants to take a yacht that's in good shape. So this means even after 5 years of charter, it looks good,
works
needs
well.
some soft goods, will now serve an owner.
You were talking about everything's well set out, and Leopard also provides us with this amazing manual with all the schematic diagrams, 4 separate files of all the documents for every single bit of equipment on the boat, and that's just amazing. And it's all listed, but you can find it very easily.
And you do see these systems, like if you open up your electrical panel, you open up your bilges, you see everything is labeled.
That's right.
And the other thing is our bilges are very finished. So they're very
flow
smooth.
coat.
Everything is flow coated.
That's
everything
right.
is gel coated, so that it's very easy to keep clean. It's easy to see everything. And then when you do see a pump and you go, I wonder what that pump does. There's a label.
That's right.
Right on it. So you can refer to that and correct.
Well, we've looked at some other manufacturers, and you put your hand inside a locker and it's rough glass, and you're going to get penetration wounds, you know.
Because it's out of sight, out of mind.
That's right.
But they don't realize you need to be in there.
That's right.
And another reason with our flow coated, everything is white flow coated, is if you did have a leak, you had oil or coolant or something like this, you can easily see that. I know several manufacturers, as you said, obviously we go around to see other manufacturers, and several have just the raw fiberglass, which is black.
You look in the wiring panels of Leopards, it's spectacular. Like, it's all really neat. They're all tied down nicely. They're all well labeled. They've all got numbers. It's just fantastic.
Well, and you're looking out at a lot of vendors. As you can see, you've got all these vendors over here, and they work on our yachts. And they compliment us. They say, you know, out of all the different, because they work on every kind of yacht there is. You know, motorboats, sailboats, and they always compliment us. They said your accessibility, you know, how easy it is to get your systems, and then how well laid out. As you say, everything is labeled, everything is wire loomed, and then we have conduits that go fore and aft. We have conduits that go starboard to port, so that if you do have to fish a wire, or let's put a TV over here, or let's put something over there, we give you the conduits.
That's right.
So it's an easy yacht to work on, but everything very easy to.
And in fact, I have had that comment from a worker in the boat saying, "Oh, these are much better than." You know,
we don't want to say that. We think that our owner's manuals are some of the best in this.
It's certainly the best I've ever seen.
But I mean, in the end, of course, it's the thousands of boat shows. We always get someone that says, well, "Why is Leopard better?" You know, and I don't use that word. I feel that everyone builds a good yacht, a high production.
Yeah.
When you're looking at the top 3 or top 4 high production companies,
Yeah.
they all have very good yachts.
Yeah.
They'll all take you to the Bahamas. They'd all take you around the world.
Yeah.
Why is Leopard? I feel it's a little, can't use the word better, but we just feel there's features to Leopard.
Yeah.
No one else has a forward cockpit, forward access door.
That was one of the major things for us, because so
Absolutely.
often you're sitting in a trade wind, your back cockpit is got the full setting sun on, it's just uncivilized, it's very uncomfortable. The forward cockpit is just magic in that situation.
It's, the features such as a very easy single handing, all our lines led to the helm,
Yeah, that's right.
the single line reefing, the fact that we go, where you're at the helm, you're in the party.
Yeah,
We don't
that's
have a
right.
fly bridge. You're able to see your guests in your cockpit. You're able to see your guests up here on the lounge.
Yeah.
You can get to your weather deck very quickly, which to me is very important.
Yeah.
If you're coming into a dock, to be able to just step down,
That's right.
put your line on your cleat,
Yeah.
and that's it. You're not
Yeah.
coming down a fly bridge. You're
Yeah.
not having to, go through a lot to get to that side deck to be able to handle your boat. Because we feel there's, in a charter situation, the reality is that there's one person normally that is
That's the
capable.
word. That's right.
And the rest are, could be not as experienced.
Unskilled, yeah.
So you're going to have one person that has to be able to raise the sails, lower the sails, reef the sails, bring the jib in,
Yeah.
tack the boat, and that can all be done literally push button.
Yeah.
You're at the wheel, and all your winches are right here, and they're all electric.
And of course, when you're a husband and wife couple, that's exactly what you need.
Yeah.
So I was also really amazed at how nice that lifting platform was. Like, I was a little bit kind of like skeptical about it at the beginning, but so nice. We drive the boat up, fully laden with all the stuff, and we bought a lot of stuff. Put it onto the lifting platform, bring it up, and just step. None of this on a wobbly, dinghy trying to pass things over, and it's just amazingly easy. So nice.
It's a great feature,
It is.
and it's great for if you're a diver.
Yeah.
You could put, because you're right there on the stern.
Yeah.
And you can put all your gear on. You
Lower it down.
stand there on the platform. You hit a button.
Yeah.
You're in the water.
Yeah.
It's one of the best features. The last couple of years we have developed a new lift.
Oh, yeah.
So this is improved. Our earlier lifts were a hydraulic system, built by TNT. We have now gone to an in-house system with just 2 very simple winches.
Oh, yeah.
So that system now is much more, user-friendly and much less prone to issues, because there's no more, hydraulics.
Yeah.
So that has become a big feature.
Yeah.
And we integrate that, of course, on the 50 and the 53 power cat.
Yeah. It is. It's spectacular. So I've been sold on that.
Gives you more of an aft deck.
Yeah, that's right.
If you look at it as again a sociability, is that the aft cockpit is now tied in to that platform, so you just have that much more
Big space.
room out there. We really feel that the yachts are very social.
Yeah, they are.
So because of all these different areas, you have the lounge, you've got your aft cockpit, you've got the forward cockpit, you've got salon,
the fly bridge.
and the fly bridge. And so you've got, a very, very social boat. We don't have the largest cabins because we feel you don't live in bed.
No, that's right.
You live in the boat.
Yeah, that's right.
So that's why we feel that, our cabins are comfortable.
Yeah.
But we do keep our hulls narrow.
Yeah.
Performance.
That's
No slamming, of course.
Yeah. The bridge deck is so much higher than
Yes. And it's clean.
most other boats. That's right. Smooth. And
We don't use any. There's nothing coming down. There's no nacelles or anything coming down.
Yeah.
And we do have good bridge deck clearance.
Yeah.
But our bows are very, very fine.
Fine,
And the Alex Simonis, great designer, and so we do have very fine bows, and then they kind of come out in like a chine.
Yeah.
And of course that's your floor, give you accommodations.
Yeah.
But what you present to the waves is a very narrow bow, so it's very efficient.
Yeah.
And then as far as slamming goes, that would be your reserve buoyancy.
Yeah.
So as you would plunge down, then you get all this volume come in.
That's right.
And it just brings you right back.
Yeah.
It also translates to a lot of, you can really load the boats down.
Yeah.
So you've got a lot of reserve buoyancy and load carrying capacity.
Yeah.
So your load carrying capacity is very good because your hull stops.
Yeah.
Rather than if you had kind of a bluff hull, it would just keep, coming down. As you load it this way, you have this reserve buoyancy. So our load carrying capacity is
very good.
It's very good.
The next general area we should cover is how has COVID affected Leopard sales or yacht sales generally?
They've been great. Leopard itself, in other words, when you order a new yacht, we need 8 months as a build time anyway, so there's no such thing as having a new Leopard sitting at the dock, because each one is fairly custom built for each owner. It's we have a standard layout, but like with your 50, you could have gotten 3 cabins with a utility room. You could have gotten 4 cabins. You could have gotten 5 cabins if you wanted to. So we need that lead time and then lead time for your options. So it's always going to be 8 months between the build and then the delivery. But now we're seeing, of course, like yesterday, I'm doing 2 contracts for 2022. I mean, that's unheard of. You know, in the history, in my history with this company, we were usually sold out by February, March, maybe April of each year. But now we're sold out for almost 2 years. The demand is way over what we can produce. But that's correct on the brokerage market, on which we see the used market, because we're also a brokerage for Leopard, is that you're correct. There were boats that literally have come on the market, listed one day and sold the next. Demand far exceeds. As far as the effect of COVID, before COVID, we were very, very busy. We'd had a couple of hurricanes, so there was a loss of quite a few yachts during Irma and some of the other hurricanes. But then the idea that this COVID started to have people going, well, we want to be in a bubble. We want to be in a controlled environment. So they want to have their own head, their own kitchen, their own, their own facilities, and be with their family, but be kind of in a bubble, so that you're not interacting with so many different people. And then we've seen a lot of people that have become liveaboards, as yourself. At full time, you want to be in this controlled environment and be able to be mobile. Because anyone can shelter in place. I mean, it's kind of boring when you sit in your house, as I have been for 8 months. So it gives you the opportunity to travel, but be able to
control
to be
That's
controlled and not interact with crowds.
So it's certainly changed people's perception, and it's moved people both towards obviously yachting and caravaning. I mean,
exactly.
In Australia, caravan industry hasn't had a better year ever.
It's the same thing here. The RV industry here, you can't find an RV. We don't look at it as an advantage, because I know people are suffering.
Robertson Cane have a fixed production capacity anyway, don't they?
Yes.
So they can't exactly step up their production rates.
We're running, Robertson Cane running about 180 to 200 boats a year. They have tried to increase production by expanding factories. It's the fact that there is a quality standard.
That's right.
And we have talked to RNC. I even approached RNC. I said, how about shipping over boats that aren't finished? And having vendors finish it. And they, absolutely not. No, we want our yachts to be finished to our standards. And that's,
it's a good standard to have.
Well, they have a reputation.
That's right.
This will be the first year that Leopard private sales have exceeded the charter.
The other thing we should probably mention is about the number of specialist providers you have here in this marina. I mean, it's just amazing. You can almost click your finger and you get a stainless steel welder, and you can get electricians and engine
that's a good point.
That's, I think, can you tell us about the skill set in this marina?
I think that, the fact that Fort Lauderdale has been referred to as the sailing capital of the world. When you're dealing with so many yachts in Fort Lauderdale, it is, pretty close to being the boating capital. It is. Certainly of the United States.
Our experience is that you point us in the direction of the really good ones, because we don't have to kind of almost like pick a number out of a telephone book and say, well, we'll go there. So you're picking out the cream of the crop, the people that have been used to working on Leopards. The results is absolutely spectacular.
Well, it is, and we do have preferred vendors here, Just Catamaran, Yacht Management, obviously Nansen Underwood Rigging, who, as you say, go over and over again on Leopards. And we do have good vendors. They're competitive. It's not like we are saying, well, use only this company. We will say, because we have people say, well, what about X company?
Yeah.
How about this
Yeah.
canvas company? Or how about
Yeah.
this? And I say the same thing when people ask me about competition boats. Everybody's great. Social media is a powerful tool.
Yeah.
And you go onto social media for just catamarans, or you
Yeah.
go on social media for other vendors, and you see what people say.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what we hear from Leopard owners. Oh, I've been told just catamarans is the place to go.
Yeah.
And that's why we encourage people, when you buy a new yacht, when you buy a new Leopard, let us deliver it here.
Yeah.
Even if you want us to deliver it to the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Does it make sense to bring a yacht that's been in the Caribbean here and back? Yes, it does. You've got all the supply here.
Yeah.
Because you have all the vendors. You've got SunPower Diesel here, which is Yanmar.
Yeah.
You've got, all the OEMs,
Yeah.
original equipment manufacturers.
Yeah.
A lot of them are based in South Florida.
Yeah, the experience of buying a Leopard through you and the Leopard family has just been absolutely amazingly good. Fast, efficient, exactly what you're saying. We saved a lot of money because we're given advice, and we're looking forward to the exciting adventure of selling to the Bahamas later tonight, actually. So, very exciting.
That's what it's all about. We want you to have fun. This is a fun, adventure.
Experience. That's right.
You don't have you have to have shoes. You have to have cars. You have to have certain things. You don't have to have a boat.
Okay, thanks very much, and I'm sure I will be on the phone to you.
Oh yeah, we count on it.
I'm all up in that love haze. So where do we go now? Just let me know that I am safe.
If you have liked this episode, hit the like button, subscribe for free, and ding the dong so you don't miss your fix of the next exciting episode. Love and health from the Barefoot Doctors.